Are we going for Janna here? Okay, we're not. Good, 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 good. Yes, very good. Okay, boys, leaning into our champion's identity, looking for flanks. We're down in the mid game. Let's camp their squishies. Let's look for flanks. Very good. Very good, my friend. We let her walk up a bit far. Nice combo. Really good. Hey guys, Pope Sano here, back with another VOD review. Today we're looking at an Emerald Evelynn player. And I'm excited for this one because I love assassins. As many of you know, I am an assassin player myself, although I'm starting to branch out. I guess this is a good time to mention before the VOD starts. Look, we're branching out. We're branching out from jungle. I'm going to start making a little bit more content from other roles, not just jungle, but as well, I'm going to be starting a climb on a different account now, because my goal is to hit Diamond 1 on all roles, and eventually master all roles. So we're done one, right? We've hit master in the jungle. Now let's get those other roles. So, okay, let's pay attention here. We do have our Evelyn player. This is on the Brazil server in Emerald, playing against an Amumu, which Amumu is very strong right now. I think he, should not be underrated. Now, what we're looking for here is a solid clear from our Evelyn player, because Evelyn can and should be clearing very, very efficiently. But not only that, we're looking for, which lanes that they're pathing to. We're looking for all these small details. And so, yeah, let's see what they do. Already here, I think we could be pulling this camp much further and using our auto attacks a bit more. Probably missed about two autos or so where we could have been dragging it this way. And we do go ahead and smite our second camp, which I think is totally okay. So hopefully we're watching down here. We see Amumu, so I'm really interested to see what we do. Amumu shows up right here, so I really hope you don't go to this camp. Okay, so already a bit of an issue here. Amumu showing up bottom and getting a kill. Yeah, sorry, Caitlyn got the kill. But showing up bottom regardless, you need to just be willing to cross right over here and go for this camp. At the end of the day, you know that unless he's going to beeline and run straight up here, then, he's not going to get here in time. Even if he does run up, like from the time that you saw him, where you could have come over and started this, we need to be a little bit more reactive here. A lot of argument between reactive, proactive jungling. At the end of the day, jungling is both, because you need to be proactive to what's going on the map state, but you are also reacting to what enemies do and what your allies do as well. So here, definitely a missed opportunity to go and invade. The other thing about this was, if you go and invade here, you can take his blue, you can take his Gromp, and then you can actually kill Amumu fairly easily on his camps. So this is quite a big, I think this is quite a big miss, and is going to lead to, I was gonna say it's just gonna lead to Amumu having a bit of an advantage because you're not punishing him at all. I like this though. I like this. Okay. Some weird pathing. Let me just go back and watch this again. So one thing I really like here that you did, so you're kind of making up for it already. You see how you're clearing here, and we notice that this wave is shoving in. Right after this, you don't decide to continue to clear. I really like you're clearly paying attention to the map. This is very, very good. And we're gonna again play. So we're gonna play proactively now. Right, I just had to throw that in there. We're gonna play proactively now and notice the wave state shoving in. We can go and gank this. Really, really nice. Okay, so here, yeah, I guess you just kind of got juked, right? Like you kept walking forward, which I guess is fine. But, don't be afraid to S-key and just sit on top of her. It does mean that, I guess it's not fine in the sense that we do end up having to blow our flash here. But should be a free kill. Kaisa does pick that up. So you've been spotted out. So what do we do here? If it were me, I would take Scuttle. If it were me, I would sit here. Scuttle's up in 5 seconds. Just sit here for 5. That's a 5, by the way. I know it looks like a 5-year-old drew it. But I would sit here and take this Scuttle Crab, and then I would go back in and probably actually clear Gromp first, because we want Gromp to line up with the rest of our minor camps a little bit better. So I would go Gromp into blue into base here. But let's see what you do. So we're going to go blue, and then probably Gromp, and then probably Crab. So another thing that I'd like to see you do here is, just because of what do we know that happened? Mumu shows up bot level 2. He obviously wants to full clear towards top as best as possible. Now we did something similar where we got off of one of our camps, go bottom for a gank. Now we're back in here. So Mumu's going to be around a similar timer, right? He's going to probably be, obviously for us, we had to do a bit more backtracking, a bit more skipping, in the sense that we walked all the way past this and now we're back. So just timer-wise, a Mumu is definitely on a 350, on a 345 timer. You know, we can kind of track that type of thing when we see the enemy jungle show up on the map. So here, I would really like you to be pinging danger in this quadrant right now, okay? We have all the information to be aware of these types of things. So that's what I would like to see from you. Okay, Mumu shows up mid. Let's see, how do we play this? Let me just go back. So Mumu shows up mid. We can zoom out for this probably. We know that our Aurelia had to blow flash, and she does survive. We take this. What I would prefer from you is, as you're taking this, just walk in here. There's no guarantee that he comes and face checks you here. The main reason why I say that is because he doesn't have any of these camps up, right? Like, neither of these camps are going to be up. So if he face checks you, great, but he's not going to. Okay, so we're kind of looking towards bottom here. And we do hit a base. I don't mind this hover, actually. And so the reason why... Well, okay, let me think about this. Yeah, okay, I don't mind the hover, because if they do something crazy, if they want to step up and try to cancel the back, then you're here. And we can also see that this wave is slowly shoving out. So if your bot lane decided to stay, you could easily just, you know, chill for a few seconds. Now, in general, if we go back here, just go back a little bit. You take this right here in this position. You see this wave state? I'm just basing. You see this wave is pushing in here. Mumu should have no reason to come and face check you unless he's very stupid. And I know Emerald is not exactly like the best elo these days. But here, you should be basing already. But as we see this develop, by the time you get down here, I don't mind that you are here. Because, you know, crazy stuff could happen, right? Okay. Let's continue. Can zoom back in a little bit. A little too far out for my liking. Okay, so I hope you got a Dark Seal on you. Yes, you did. Dark Seal boots, Amp Tome. It's pretty good. Now again, we saw... Let's just go back here. Sorry, I'm going to go back here one more time. Because there's something I forgot to point out. Where are we at? Okay, well, I went too far back, but I'll just speed it up and show you. We take Crab. We go in here. A Mumu shows up on the ward. See a Mumu? Okay. What does that tell you? Boom. Check the CS, 29, which closest multiple of 4 is 28, right? So 28 CS. That means he's full cleared +1, which is the Crab top side, right? Makes sense. We know he came from there, level 4 as he came out. All of that checks out, makes sense. So what I hope, though, is that this is you're taking this into account when you go back top and you start clearing again, right? Because you know he took everything, but you also know that his 3 camps are super delayed. So if a Mumu who showed here, now about 30-45 seconds later, because you know you go bot and then you base, now you're clearing down a bit. Basically, all I'm trying to say is that these camps in his top side that we have full knowledge of are on the timer for another invade. Okay, so I'm not saying that, you know, you should automatically just be sprinting into his jungle. In this instance, you don't necessarily have top prio, but you could definitely look mid here. But I would be thinking, if something goes right here, I want to be in this guy's topside jungle, okay? We can bully a Mumu early, and this is definitely something we should be considering. Here. Okay, here. This is, I mean, this is never going to work, right? She has no way to get on top. Neither of you have flashes. No flash, no flash, okay? She has sums up. You genuinely have no way to get on top of this here, and so all you're doing is showing and giving up information to a Mumu. Again, in higher elo, you guys, this will get punished very, very quickly. Okay, they will know exactly where you've been and where you're going. So we want to limit how many times we're showing on the map like this. Okay. The other thing is, guys, when we're ganking Syndra is one of my least favorite champs to gank. Not you know, she is a mobile and stuff like that. She does have damage, sure. But at the end of the day, her E just knocks you away. It's just free. Okay. If you're going to do this, listen. If you're going to do this right here, it's basically the percent chance of this happening is probably less than 50%, I would say. Because of basically all the factors I just explained to you. And the fact that she has distance on you. Yeah, all these things that I said. But look, if you're going to do this, you need to get something tangible off of it. If you notice, you leave the lane in a state where Cannon is still alive. It's not actually that clear that Aurelia is going to be able to safely push this in. Look at this, right? So Thresh doesn't even spot a Mumu, and this could actually get really bad here. So thankfully she dies for free, but again, it is Emerald after all, so there won't be the most attention being paid. But that just means we have to take as much advantage as possible. Alright. Let's see here. Looking for a dive here. You do see a Mumu now. What do we do? You didn't see him right away. Just based on your body language, you started walking up. That tells me I don't think you saw Mumu immediately. Okay. Alright. So, I think, I don't know if we got just a bit excited. Yeah, it was definitely an awkward fight. Definitely an awkward fight. I guess I don't hate the way that you played it just because Mumu did get that shield. I'm not like the biggest fan though of walking past Caitlyn here. If I just go back a little bit again. I'm not the biggest fan of you walking past Caitlyn. In this situation, like, you know, here is Kai'Sa dead? I don't think so, just because they don't really have like anything else to follow up to kill her. It's early Amumu, early Janna. Caitlyn misses her trap and everything. So here, I guess you walking past Amumu, really, if we can come in and at least try to chunk Caitlyn here. This is just the way I would play this. I think I would come in, try to chunk Caitlyn, and then we're both kiting back under tower. I think it's a bit too high risk, high reward to go for the Amumu here, knowing that he does have a Janna. Thankfully, you know, Caitlyn, obviously Caitlyn goes crazy here, and we get that 1-for-1, but yeah. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and take a base here, or you shove out the wave, okay? Alright, we get our blasting wand. Okay, I do like this. I do like this in general. It's probably gonna turn around and fight, yep. You're maybe a bit too slow. Yep. You're too slow. So here, I like all this. I like all this until right here. Right here, you can see it in your clicks. You're on this path because I want you to walk up and charm. And then you actually click down here. Okay, and that's what you're doing right now. That click literally kills Jax, right? You're not being confident enough. Like this guy, the second he pops his R, you either know he's either escaping or he's fighting. So this is your only window to go here, right? Need to be a bit more confident here and just go. I heard a bait ping. I don't know. It wasn't your Jax, although, you know, Jax. No, don't bait ping your teammates. Okay. Let me just go back a little bit here. Do we see a Mumu at any of this? No, we don't see a Mumu. I don't mind you going to trade Rift Herald for Dragon here. This is fine. Especially because you have Thresh giving you priority. Okay, I would redive basically instantly. I would redive top here. So here, as we can see, you're running away from this, but like we know Mumu's bot, right? He just took the dragon right now. I don't know if he's standing on a ward at all. I don't think he's standing on a ward, but he just took dragon right now. When we see this type of map state, okay, you know a Mumu can't be here. You have to, especially you have Thresh. This is the time to use support priority. I would be basically just going top instantly, pinging help me, help me, help me. You know that this guy just used his R. This wave is low. This wave's gonna crash. Like it just every sign is telling you you needed to have Dove here. If you want to win games, man, especially as jungle, we have to be like, again, that's a proactive thing. That's understanding the state of the game. Okay, you get a Mumu's flash. And we're gonna go back and clear. So now you're just too late. So I'm not a fan of this. Again, what do we know? You just got a Mumu's flash, okay? He's full health. He has blue buff. You know that he invaded your bot side. You know he just took dragon. Comes through mid, walks through here. Again, full HP. You have all that information on him. What do? You go towards your red buff, but then you start looking top lane here. And the thing is, you already missed the window for Trinamir's ult to be down. Now Trinamir's ult is up, right? You've missed that. That ship has sailed. So here, trying to force this and go top when Jax is low, you're asking for this guy to counter gank you. You know he's up here, right? This is information that you have. And the thing is, now that you show top, there is just potential here for a Mumu to do something proactive or reactive on you, right? We want to limit these opportunities. Okay, looks like Trin is going to go down here. Oh my goodness. Honestly, it just, in my opinion, I think you got extremely lucky. I think this was very, very much a coin flip. And it was a coin flip not based on things you didn't know. That guy needed one auto attack to kill you in a 3v2. And a lot of that comes off the fact that they were prepared for you. You knew Mumu was top, right? This was not a clean, just like 2v1 or something like that. Yes, you had Thresh, but even Thresh wasn't quite there yet. So hopefully looking back on this, you can see. Okay, here. Okay, we pick up the kill. We're going to clean the wave. Here, base. You have Herald. It's gonna give you that 4-second back timer, insta base, and then you can come back out and sequence your camps whichever way that you decide is best, right? So you're very low. You have a lot of gold now. Boom. Look how much gold you have. You have 2,400 gold. Please, when you have this much gold, you guys, I see this a lot even in Emerald. When you have this much gold, we need to base. We need to spend it. Right? Okay, so here we see a Mumu come in for the gank. He's gonna go down. Honestly, the blue team is just playing horrible. They're playing absolutely horrible, and that I'm a very encouraging guy, but just this game, the blue team is the reason why they are losing. We need to be better with our proactivity. But really good job recognizing that Rift Herald was an opportunity there. But even here, like, I just feel like you're backing up too far to base, you know? Let's start cutting off the fat of some of these plays. Okay, we go top. Trinamir low. I like this. I do like this. Good try. That was a good try. When this guy flashes away, I don't mind you trying to follow with your Proto Belt, but like, what happens if you land your stuff? He's just gonna press R. He doesn't die anyway, right? So here, in that situation, I would say don't waste your spells. But I do like that gank. You again recognize the wave state. You recognize that he was low. You come up and lane gank. Evelyn is fantastic at this type of thing. The other benefit of this is you dodge, you know, potential pink wards that you don't see somewhere. For the most part, excuse me. Okay, so you are spotted. Of course, you don't know that. Alright, so I don't mind starting Dragon here, and that's just because we do have a man advantage. Okay, TP's coming in, so let's... I would say let's back up here. This is looking pretty sketch. This is looking very sketch. Aurelia needs to be here. If you lose this Dragon, nice. I was gonna say you can ult and smite, so I was gonna scold you by saying if you lose this Dragon, it's on you. So really good job. So the thing is here, yes, Eve has a fantastic Dragon secure with her ulti and with her smite and that type of thing. So really, really well done. The thing though, I would say is you're still hitting this when you can see clearly, like this is fairly sketchy situation. If Syndra's TPing down here, you know that two of them are here. You can be sure that Amumu is not far behind. You know that the two are tops. This is a 4v4. But then, you know, your top laner is taking a while to get here. Basically, all I'm trying to say is it's in your benefit to stall and wait for Aurelia. So I think you guys hitting this Dragon potentially 50-50'd it a little bit more than you needed to. But overall, I really, really like how you did this. So this is just something for you, really, any jungler out there that is like probably below like D2 or so. You need to be comboing your spells with smite, right? So here in this case, as we can see, if the target is low, yeah, so I can't read today, but basically she deals increased damage. Yeah, up to 640. That's what I was looking. Up to 640 against enemies below 30% health. Notice it says enemies. This works on things like Dragon, as you can see. So below 30% health, this is going to do 600 damage. Plus our 900 damage smite, so we know for a fact that we can deal approximately 1200 damage to this Dragon, whereas Amumu, he just has a 900 smite, okay? So we want to gain advantages like that with our spells, and we can see our Evelyn player does that perfectly. Really, really well done. Good job. Okay, let me see here how the fight goes, though. Okay, big Amumu ults. Get our Proto Belt. Amumu's gonna go down. Jenna's gonna go down. So here though, why are you running? Why are you running, my guy? My friend, my Brazilian brother. We're running up, right? Sorry, I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm actually just in an energetic mood today. But yeah, we're running up here. In this situation, you just killed two. I want you to be just run at them, right? For sure, run at them here. You gotta get as much as you can. So. Kaisa goes in. That's gonna be it though. Overall, good job though. Overall, really good job. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and clear. And again, in this situation, let's check your gold. You have about 1600. So I would love if you based your ASAP. I wonder if you're going to go for a Medjai's this game, the Forbidden Book itself. Okay, so we just keep full clearing. In this situation, I think it's good. Yep. This is all good. This is all good. Now it's bad. Now it's bad. So it's all good. It's all good until you decide to not base here. So right here, right? Okay, yes, I understand that Rift Herald's up, but the thing is, post 14 minute Rift Herald does not matter that much, okay? Obviously, it's nice when your team's ahead. Yes, don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. If you can get free objectives, sure. But I want to simply instill good fundamentals in us. You have nearly 2k gold. You need to be back spending this, all right? Like, you're basically going to double the amount of item that you have in your inventory. By not basing here, you're just gonna deal less, and there's a chance that this goes wrong. Let's see. Like, am I crazy to say that you might have just killed Janna there had you, you know, spent all your gold? Again, right now you have almost 2,200 gold. Now you do have 2,200 gold. So all of this, if you are ever doing this type of extended thing, you're looking around objectives when you have this much gold, you are asking to throw. So I'm genuinely a little worried. Blue team is not responding fast enough. Look at where they all are. Look at where they all are. Look at where Syndra is. They could have responded to this. They literally chose not to. The blue team is handing you this win, and that's why I'm still trying to show you why this isn't great. So I mean, even this fight, right? We took this fight when we hadn't spent all that gold, and at the end of the day, it does now come back to burn us. Let's see. Jack's gonna go down. You're gonna live, but that's gonna be top tower. So we don't have to be doing this dance, right? This is part of the mid game throw that we need to avoid. We're ahead enough. Keep ahead of the curve. So again, in this fight, just going back, right? Just going back. If we check the gold difference between you and Amumu, it's quite significant, right? You're up almost 3,000 gold on him, just under 3,000 gold. But the fact that you have 2,600 gold on yourself right now means that there hardly is any difference between you and Amumu, right? The biggest difference is the fact that you have item advantage, or excuse me, you have a level advantage on him. But overall, there was basically no difference between you and Amumu there. As far as like power, right? Okay. So as we can see, typical Emerald type stuff, a little bit of the mid-game throws. Not 100% sure how to close out the game, but definitely some big positives so far. I think overall your fighting has been good. Your ganks have been pretty good. I think you use your invisibility pretty well. So all those things are good to see. Alright, you do see these guys. Scuttlecrab has spawned. Don't show yourself here. Just be patient. I don't like this very much, right? So, as Evelyn, we really need to be trying to get flanks. So, yes, we can see Caitlyn here. But the thing is, you're not actually on a flank. Because think of how Caitlyn's thinking right now. Everything, like, past this line... Everything out here, this is all danger. This is all danger. If you want to be flanking well, from like the squishy's perspective, you need to be getting around to where they don't think there's danger. Okay. So what I would have liked from you here is instead of kind of hanging out here, I would maybe try to cheat around here, or maybe even go through the mid lane. You can go into mid lane and try to sneak around, particularly if you do end up seeing a Mumu here, right? So all of this, you're not really looking, or you're not really putting yourself in a position where you can do anything. And then this, all you do is just give away, you relieve pressure on Caitlyn here, right? Oh boy. Okay, good ults. Think you're gonna be okay? Oh boy. Okay, so literally just the position of the positioning that you chose, right? You chose not to take a flank. You chose to you know, take a hasty charm. So these are the types of things where, you know, it might sound like I'm being hard on you, but really I'm just kind of verbalizing this, I guess, right? We need to be aware of what the best way to use our abilities is, especially in the mid game, guys. We need to be aware of what our champion's identity is. For an Evelyn, that is popping a squishy in the back line, okay? It's not necessarily just hanging off on like this weird side angle and hoping that someone walks into you and dropping kind of a lazy charm, all right? I think, my friend, that we can be better than this. And the big problem here is, I mean, I would say that the game effectively is completely thrown here, in the sense that you gave up so much gold, and it looks like Aurelia is going to go down too. So yes, again, Emerald mid-game throws. So what do we do here, guys? Okay, what do we do here? We have a huge throw in the mid-game. Okay, in the mid-game, big throw. We're down golds. How do we come back in this game? Well, we need to identify who on our team is strong. In this case, Let me just do a quick check again. In this case, you are strong and your mid lane are strong. So I would be playing around Aurelia. Okay. I would play around Aurelia. I would play away now that you gave so much gold to Tryndamere. I would play away from Trin. And I would be looking for what basically my next big power spike is. So if we check your items, I suspect your big power spike, as we can see, is going to be Rabadon's Death Cap. Okay, you have basically both components. So I want to see you A, playing for Rabadon's, B, playing for your next level spike, C, playing around Aurelia and looking for a pick or something. Okay, and avoid Tryndamere. Let's see if you do those things. These are practical ways in which we can come back in a game that has just been thrown. Okay, so again, it's very difficult to get on top of Syndra. We need to be taking higher percentage plays here. They're going to pick up the dragon. Aurelia's back up. We see Tryndamere mid. Okay, you drop Rift Herald. So now, Rift Herald is kind of like a global taunt in a way, right? This is gonna drop at least one, if not more, to it. So what do? We need to kind of use that to get pressure elsewhere. I like that you're sticking with your team right now. Let's look for a pick. Okay, Syndra, excuse me, does go down. That's actually really good. Okay, so we see Tryndamere top. We know that we have man advantage here. Instead of going for the Tryndamere, I would have preferred to maybe just go for Baron here. Okay. So we did have a man advantage, but we did, again, we decided to try to go for the Tryndamere, who is now very, very strong. So these are the types of things we want to avoid. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we are looking for Caitlyn. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is good, very good. Give you a check mark. Very good, my friend. Because where does Caitlyn think is safe? She thinks basically anything behind about this line where she's about to walk up to and start hitting this wave is safe. So we need to get behind like these kind of imaginary lines that we can draw in the game. She doesn't expect anyone to be coming from here. Maybe she expects someone to be in the bot side here, right? So this is all good. Let's see. She's still playing pretty safe. Okay, I like this. But are we going for Janna here? Okay, we're not. Good, 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 good. Yes, very good. Okay, boys, leaning into our champion's identity, looking for flanks. We're down in the mid game. Let's camp their squishies. Let's look for flanks. Very good. Very good, my friend. We let her walk up a bit far. Nice combo. Really good. Beautiful. I really like as well that you did not use Charm there. That was fantastic. We save that for... save that for another time. I guess unfortunately we do end up walking into Fog of War and get killed. But overall, I just want to say really good job on that Caitlyn kill. We can't fight this at all. It's not good. Okay. Oh my goodness. Does she have Q? She does. I would not have basically revealed myself here again. So you're using your champion's identity in one area down here, and then we don't use it up here, right? He doesn't know you're here. If you reveal, you're dead, right? Aurelia's dead. I would be cutting around like this and trying to find that Janna. Okay. Again, what did I write? We want to play around Aurelia. Great. We did that a little bit in that fight. You saw what she was able to do. Okay. But we don't want to be around Tryndamere. We need to play with man advantages. And Aurelia was going to die there for sure. So we need to recognize those things. In one moment, you are leaning into your champion's identity. You're displaying decent champion mastery. And then in the next minute, I just don't see that consistency coming out. And League, unfortunately, is a game of consistency. We need to be doing it all the time. Alright. So yeah, how does this pan out? Okay, Kaisa is just going to get absolutely obliterated. So here, what are we trying to do? The only thing we can do is look for a pick. They're going to get this. I like, basically here, when the game is looking kind of dire like this, we need to get very aggressive in a calculated way. What I mean by that is, we know that Evelyn cannot get spotted except by pink wards or if you get too close. That means you can try to sneak, you know, around somebody, look for a pick, okay? This is one of those moments where if you don't get a pick, the game could get very difficult here. Now, unfortunately, this guy can spin. He can spin right now, and it doesn't matter if he gets CC'd, he's still going to spin through. Let's see if he does it. He does. And now, yeah, basically you're revealed, you're out of invis. We're not playing towards our identity once more. That guy... Okay. That guy's inting. Okay. So we do decide to go for the Baron here. So, I don't... Okay, basically, I think I understand, like, what you're thinking is, right? So we get a pick. We want to go for Baron while we let Jax split bottom. But the thing is, in a 4v4, you don't actually have an advantage, right? In this case, you're basically... excuse me. We're not even in a 4v4. In a 3v3, we don't really have that much of an advantage. It's good that you're playing around Aurelia. I like that from you here. But what we need to do, if we actually want Jax to split push properly, which I don't fully understand why he left this, but it doesn't matter. What we need to do is bait this, okay? Are you actually going to be able to finish the Baron here? Yeah, sure, Trinimir's dead, but your Kai'So is dead, and these three are healthy and they're around. We also don't even know that Amumu didn't, you know, that Amumu went bottom. We had no idea. And so here, it's like, are we actually going to get this? No. Well, maybe you can just have your presence here. That way you drag people here. You give space for Jax, but your intent should never be to actually do the Baron here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So you don't... I don't think you have ulti. Yeah, you don't, because you just use it on Trinimir. Okay, Aurelia's going in. You're on the side. Let's see, what are we looking for? Again, I just... this is just another consistency issue in which you're not using Evelyn's strengths. Evelyn does not just want to, you know, run into, like, this face first, right? I think we need to play this a bit slower. In this case, like, Aurelia's probably going to die unless she can just get on top of Caitlyn. And as we can see, like, in the moment that you revealed, is she killing anyone? No. Goodness, no. It's way better for you to just let her die. Don't compound this error. Just back up, stay invisible, and then you always have an opportunity to maybe steal the Baron, right? But here, unfortunately, we're going to go down, and they're going to get Baron. And that, I believe that is just game. So, okay, overall, a few things. Early game, your pathing and whatnot was good, for the most part. We can maybe be a bit more reactive in terms of, like, hey, Amumu shows bottom, I need to invade, okay? These things are still maybe missing a little bit, but you did other really good things, like the time when you left Wolves and you went straight bottom, okay? Those types of things are great. Or the time you came out of base and you snuck top. Those things I really, really like. Evelyn can do those things well. Keep leaning into that. But overall, we need to be just making the simple play. When you're ahead... Don't do the crazy thing. Just make this simple play. Play around your strong teammates. Play away from their strong teammates. And it was just too. I guess if I had to identify, like, the biggest error that you had this game, it was probably just the fact that we didn't play towards what makes Evelyn such a strong champion. It is the unknown, the invisibility, the flanks. You did it amazingly against Caitlyn down here. This was fantastic. But overall, far too many times of you trying to engage a fight from the front. We need you coming around the side. And ultimately, the game losing error was when we were hanging out here, right? Remember when we tried to go in on Trinomir face first? When their squishies were over here, we need to be looking for those flanks. Never just run straight face first into a Trinomir. He got the 1k gold, and that was it. But overall, man, just clean up these consistency issues and try to think about some of these things. How can I stop losing in the mid game? But yeah, guys, if you appreciate this type of content, if you like my coaching, leave a like, leave a sub. Would very much appreciate it. Lots more content coming. Pope Zano out.